Good day, ma'am. This is my presentation, my thesis proposal. My name is Mark Anthony E. Padua from Bachelor of Arts in Communication, third year. So my thesis title is Unsighted Level and Academic Performance of BECOM Students and Correlational Analysis. Number 1, Introduction, Background of the Study. Even before the COVID-19 pandemic started to spread across the globe, mental health problem has been already an issue. Depression and anxiety are the common in mental health disorder, and that leads to fatality. The high level of anxiety causes a person's normal life being difficult as it's interfered person's activities and social life. Anxiety is one of the wide varieties of emotional and behavioral disorders, according to Rachel and Shidsey 2005. Researchers revealed that the high levels of anxiety influence on the degrees of working memory, distraction, and reasoning in students, according to Arnell et al. 2005. Has been recognized that anxiety plays a significant role in students' learning and academic performance. Moreover, anxiety has been known to both facilitating and debilitating effects on academic achievement, according to Tobias and Ibrahim, 1990. The prevalence of anxiety among students has been acknowledged by experts and educators. The researcher goal is conducting to this study is to determine the causes of anxiety among students and its outcomes to their academic performance, especially in this time of pandemic. Statement of the problem. This research study will determine whether or not there is a correlation between the level of anxiety and the academic performance of the first year to third year Bachelor of Arts in Communication students of Eastern Samar State University, Giwan campus. The researcher will base on the State Trait Anxiety Inventory or STI test to determine the levels of anxiety of the respondents. What are the general weighted average or GWA of the BECOM students of Giwan campus for the second semester, school year 2020 and 2021? Is there a correlation between the level of anxiety and the academic performance of the respondent? Scope and the limitation of the study. This research study will include the identifying of the level of anxiety among the first year to third year Bachelor of Arts in Communication students of Eastern Samar State University, Giwan campus, and soliciting the second semester GWA of the target respondents and to determine the concealed relationship between the level of anxiety and the academic performance of the students. This study will be conducted in Eastern Samar State University, Giwan campus, school year 2020-2021 to the first year to third year Bachelor of Arts in Communication students. In gathering the data relevant to the study, the researcher will facilitate a survey that serves as a primary approach. Then the selection of respondents will be done for the purpose of sampling. Chapter 2, Theoretical Framework. This study is incorporated from the catastrophe theory of Vazey and Hardy, 1988, that explains about the relationship of anxiety and performance in terms of sports performance. According to Vazey and Hardy, 1988, cognitive anxiety has a positive relationship with performance when psychological arousal is low. Research has been conducted to see the correlation of anxiety and the influence of academic achievement. Students with high anxiety level would have the lower academic achievement among high school students, according to McCarthy, 2007. The conceptual framework. This study will focusing on the correlation between the level of anxiety and academic performance of Bachelor of Arts in Communication students of Eastern Samar State University, Giwan campus. The model will illustrate how the control variables and academic networks mediate between English language proficiency and academic performance. Hypothesis of the study. The study will seek to test the alternative or null hypothesis of the academic performance of the first year to third year Bachelor of Arts in Communication students of Eastern Samar State University, Giwan campus correlates with the respondents' level of anxiety. The two hypotheses will be tested for the significance or rejection. The HA, there is a significant correlation between the anxiety level of the academic performance of the first year to third year BECOM students of Giwan. The HO, there is no significant correlation between the level of anxiety and academic performance of the first year to third year BEcom students of SOG1. Chapter 3 Methodology. This study is a quantitative type of research that will use the state trait anxiety inventory test as the main instrument for the data collection. A correlation research is vital to this study because the researcher will be measuring two variables of interest with a little or no attempt to control extraneous variables and then assess the relationship between them. This research study, the respondents are the first year to third year BA Communication students of Eastern Samar State University Giwan campus. The study will be conducted in Eastern Samar State University Giwan campus located at Barangay Salo, Giwan, Eastern Samar. The researcher will use the state trait anxiety inventory STI test instrument in gathering the data from the respondents. This instrument has 40 items of questions with two subscales. The S anxiety scale STI from Form 1Y1 that consists of 20 statements that evaluate how respondents feel about the anxiety currently at this moment. The standard test from this is to write on each item statement the best describes the intensity of their feelings. Number 1, not all. Number 2, somewhat. Number 3, moderately. Number 4, very much so. The T anxiety scale STI from Y2 consists of 20 statements that assess how people generally feel about anxiety with 4-point scale. Number 1, almost never. Number 2, sometimes. 3, often. 4, almost always. The STI is documented of reliability and validity test which had method data collection. After the study will be approved by the Research Defense Panel, the researcher will write a letter to permission from the campus administrator as well as to the advisors of targeted students, respondents to conduct the study. In collecting the data, it will be done through an online survey or Google form. Once the data is gathered, the researcher will organize it through the use of spreadsheet. The person-product moment correlation formula will be applied the final score from the state trait anxiety inventory test and the second semester general weighted average or GWA of the respondent to determine the final results of the study. The statistical treatment of data. The researcher will be using the person-product moment correlation formula to compute the final score of the respondents in the state trait anxiety inventory test at the second semester general weighted average of the respondents, where R is the relationship of the variables X and Y. X is the total score of the respondents from the CBSE questionnaires. Y is the total score of respondents from their GPA, and N is the number of X and Y pairs. The relationship will be determined based on the value of R. The range of these values and the relationship and interpretations are as follows. If R is greater than 0.33, the relationship is weak. B, if 0.34 greater than or R less than 0.66, the relationship is moderately strong. If R greater than 0.67, the relationship is strong. So thank you so much for watching. That's it for my thesis proposal presentation. Have a good day and stay safe and stay healthy. God bless.